You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.
Rob, what's good, homie?
Mike, you'll never believe this, but I have actually been bowling 3 times in the last 4 days. So my hand, is cut, my thumb is swollen, back is hurting. But, hey, I think you could consider that, getting the bug, coming out of retirement a little bit, feeling good.
Rob, you're back.
I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
You're gonna come back and win the TAT this week.
That's a big goal. But honestly, like my goal is to make the finals, really. And then in that format, I feel like you could win. Like if you come and you get the right pairs, whatever. But it's it's just nice to feel to be back bowling, even though it's under kind of a weird circumstance with like the pandemic and, everybody wearing masks. And it's at the South Point Stadium, the new stadium. And we'll talk a little bit later about the tournament itself. But, Mike, I need to vent just real quick on one really thing. And people who know me well about how much I hate the walk from the parking lot to the South Point Stadium. If you've never done it, it's the Mike. It's the worst thing ever. It's literally the parking lot. You walk through the casino, then down like big hallway. Then you got to go up an elevator, then to a second floor, then to up an escalator into the stadium. Mike, this is probably like it's like a mile. Like I'm gonna get my walking like GPS on my phone when I do the walk, and I'm going to tell you how long that walk is from car to bowling center with 6 to 8 bowling balls. So whoever designed that I understand people, the casino, they want you to walk through it, but for a bowling center, it sucks.
I love the comments.
Anyway,
the comments are amazing.
I know. I'm already getting shit to use the back entrance.
Are the best.
Yeah.
You people are the best.
Nah, man, I don't use the back entrance, dude. I'm all about, I don't stick to the back entrance. But I know what you're talking about. I've done it before. There is a back entrance, though. There is.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
Anyway, so I'm done venting about the South Point Stadium and the walk. But the people know about the secret entrance, I guess. Hold on. Let's see some of the comments here. Already, I'm getting shit about me bitching about the walk. It's a walk, but it's not bad. We have to do it for the regionals there. That's what Jonathan Ing said. Jonathan, I get you, but it sucks. I don't care what you say. It sucks. My shoulders hurt. My arm hurts.
There's no paddock situation there?
There is, but you got to pay for it. And I wanted to practice.
No.
Listen.
All right, Pete.
You don't even
now
let
you
me explain.
hold on.
Let me explain first.
Go ahead.
Let me explain. So I'm practicing. The practice session was Monday, and I wasn't planning on bowling until Saturday. So I needed my stuff with me because I don't live near the South Point. I wanted to practice during the week at a different bowling center. So I needed the shit with me. So why am I going to pay $10 or $15 to hold the shit when for what? To put 3 balls in the car? You know what I mean? Mike, I work out. I can handle the walk. It just sucks. I'm bitching about it.
Listen, I would gladly pay the $10 or $15.
I know you would.
Even if it was for one bag, I'd just be like, here, take the $10, no doubt.
Mike, let me show you something.
Listen,
see this right here, Mike.
You
see this? I'm sponsored by Under Armour. Okay, I could walk 8 bowling balls to the fucking car.
I could hike it too. There's no question.
I'm just bitching about it.
Right, but I'm just saying, people, sweep the rackheads. I'm just saying, like, you see the difference? Like, I would just throw the 10. But I'd probably even tip the person in charge of the paddock. I'd probably throw him an extra 10 and be like, listen, keep my stuff near the front of the door. You know what I'm saying? Rob, on the other hand, he'll put himself through a half marathon with bowling balls to save that $30. And I'm not getting into it. All right, we'll save it for another time. Rob, I got a great story that the people are going to love. I hope Lucas Wiseman is in the chat right now, or I hope he sees this. He is going to love this story. So I had parent-teacher conferences this week, right? And they're all virtual. Okay, so I'm basically using the same setup that I have here to do my parent-teacher conferences. And today I get onto this parent-teacher conference. And I log on, and it's a mom and a dad, and they're sitting there, and the dad like looks at me on camera for a second, and he says to me, "Oh, you ready for takeoff?" And I'm like, for a second I didn't, because I'm in my professional mindset and whatnot, and I didn't get. And then I thought, and I was like, I get it. He's giving me a hard time about the headphones. And I told him, I said, I do a bowling podcast, and I catch heat about the headphones all the time. So I was gonna share that with all of you tonight. And I hope Lucas Wiseman hears this, because he loves to give me crap about my headphones here.
You really need to wear aviators with those, dude. That would be hilarious if you got a big thing of aviators and you wore them with that headset. Dude, that would be awesome. You got to do that one week.
I have some sunglasses I could probably. Hey, listen, I just want to show everybody. I have my earbuds here. All right, like if this is not really that compatible with Apple, so we're not really on the Apple stuff here with the platform that we use. But nonetheless, I have new headphone moves in the works. It's low on my list. I have a lot of priorities here. But Rob, I'm glad to hear that you're back. I've been practicing myself, Rob. Actually, I've been going to practice. Shout to Nob Hill Lanes. Nob Hill Lanes in Manalapan. They've been hooking me up, looking me out. Definitely, it's a great privately owned bowling alley. So yeah, I've been practicing myself getting out there. I haven't bowled any events. I have the itch. I would love to bowl an event. I'm going to wait until the vaccines are out, and it's been a while now, so I don't really feel pressured to go and bowl, but I would like to get back out there. So I'm sure soon enough. Like I said, it's been a long wait, so waiting a little while longer isn't going to kill me. So yeah, Rob, we're gonna talk about the TAT a little bit later. Yes, we'll get into that. I know yes. You want to discuss your experience there thus far, and talk about a little bit about what you're going to see this week. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But there is some PBA action that we have to review, Rob.
Yes, we do. But Mike, you are frozen, or your internet sucks, or it's mine. But okay.
Seems all right on my end. I don't know. To me, you look like you might be frozen over there.
Feedback. So.
Yeah, the fans are saying it's you, Rob. Log off, log back on. I'll carry us for a little while. Don't sweat it. So, PBA action, folks. Yeah, Robbie frozen. I love it. Was it the Francois show, though? I don't know about that. I don't know if something can be named after you, if a show can be named after you, if you miss a single pin on that show to almost cost yourself that show, right? I don't know. Rob, you good? What's up? You all right?
I'm on now 3 screens here, so
you are. You got to remove the frozen Rob.
I don't know what the hell's.
I love it. Tony Campagna said, use the money you saved not using the paddock to upgrade your internet. I love it. Yeah. So Jimmy, I would say
I'm okay now.
I would say that it was the Kevin Williams show. I would say that it was possibly the Benjamin Martinez show. I would say that. I think that he showed out in this show for sure. But the Francois Laveau show, and no disrespect to Francois Laveau for sure, right? He won the show. I mean, so goes without saying that he deserves, all the credit in the world on that show. But at the same time, Miss 10 pin, very close, a shot or two away, really, from not winning that show and losing that opportunity to go and bowl for the major. So, interesting show, though. Interesting show to me. Had everything that you could want, including rap videos, including Rob and Randy. Can't get enough of the rap videos. I found it hilarious how they kept bringing up and kept mentioning that they wanted to be in the rap video. They wanted to eat pizza in the pool. I'm not going to front, right? So I am a deep fan of hip hop. Okay. And I listen to hip hop across the board, and I went back this week and I listened to some of Kevin Williams' work in the hip hop game, and I got to say, I'll say two things. Number one, respect to Kevin Williams. The man has some talent there. Number two, whoever his video producer is, man, shout to that person, because he puts together some dope videos. So I will say that. But yeah, I definitely thought that the show had everything that you could ask for. I thought it was a really exciting show. Again, I want to say props to the PBA in terms of doing a good job with keeping the results of the show under wraps, right? It was nice to watch these shows as a fan. And, as I said before, I could probably find out. I'm not trying to find out. But as a fan, it was nice to watch and really not know what the results were. Not have them posted anywhere, see it on social media before the show airs. And I think that really contributes to being able to watch the show and have a quality experience. In terms of Frankie, right? Well, I see somebody saying in the chat that Kevin Williams got screwed on the 7-pin in the roll-off, and I know that was a pretty good shot. I don't know if that was particularly why he lost. I'll be honest. I think it's you can look at a lot of other things and point out why things didn't go his way. But, I think that for Frankie not missing that 10-pin, he's not really even in that situation, right? The person who really, to me, caught a tough break was Benji Martinez. And the reason I say that is because in the fill shot of his game against Kevin Williams, in that fill shot, he threw a great shot in that fill shot and missed messenger 10. The messenger leaned up against the 10 and he missed messenger 10. And that is really what led to the roll off. If he carries that, they don't really have a roll off. And I thought that was a terrible break. And obviously, Kevin Williams took advantage of that in the roll off. But Kevin Williams, props to him for being able to get it together, right? Like, he was struggling mightily in that last game, and he was able to pull things together and really make a run there and keep it together. So I was impressed by that as well. I was impressed by his bowling in general. I think he threw some bad shots here and there, but a lot of players did. Even Frankie flagged the head pin at one point and went 6. And you really don't see that often. I mean, from a guy who shot 300 on the U.S. Open show. So, Rob, you all right now? You good? Welcome back, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My internet's funky. Maybe I should upgrade the internet, like people in the chat are saying. Let me ask something.
Tell mom to get the hell off Netflix. All right, come on. Oh, geez, he's going out again. Oh man. I'm going to have to carry the whole show myself. Hey, if anybody wants to come and co-host with me, hit me up here, and I can perhaps bring you in.
I can hear you still.
Oh, all right, good.
I'm hoping it straightens out. First off, how do I get into a Kevin Williams music video? Eating pizza by a pool, fucking, hanging out with chicks. How do I get involved with that?
I don't know. I'll say this. I would fit right in a Kevin Williams video. I could actually add something that I saw missing from some of the videos. I'm not at liberty to discuss, but I watched some of his videos over the last couple days since the show. I've been rocking to his stuff a little bit. Stunt is actually the name of the song for which the video that they played on the show. but I would fit right in. I gotta say, and like I said, I could add a little bit. So, Kevin Williams, if you see this, if you ever come out to Jersey for a bowling event, PBA is ever at Carolier again, hit us up. We should hang out. Rob, I might be giving the people too much about myself here, but in my college days, high school and college, really, if I had the right mix of intoxicating substances, you would probably catch me in the middle of a cipher breaking down some rhymes. You probably would. I'm not going to lie. There might be people in the chat right now who can attest to that, who went to school with me. I'm not saying that my rhymes were always, the dopest lyrics you've ever heard, but you could definitely catch me in that scenario back in the day. So listen, you put me in the right environment, and hey, I'll throw down on a freestyle or two. I got no problem with that, So I'll just throw that out there. Kevin Williams, hit me up, and if I'm ever in Missouri, I'll definitely reach out. I see he's repping the license plates in the videos that he's got there, so I would definitely reach out to him. No, Robert, let's not call me a rap master. That's going a little far, but I've been known to get involved in a cipher or two in my day. I'll say that. All right. You might have caught me in a rap circle. For those of you that don't know what a cipher is, might have caught me in a rap circle once in a while at a college party or event. Thank God there's no social media back then. That's what I'll say. Thank goodness, because I don't believe there's any valid record of any of this. So I can openly speak about it and know that nothing is probably ever going to come back. So, Rob, we were talking about the show. You have any thoughts from the show or what? We were mainly discussing the roll-offs.
Oh, look, like any show that has some pretty close matches, especially, a title match that goes into a roll-off is a pretty great show. Okay. I kind of really, okay. Let's focus, people. This is Mike the Rap, Big Mike Rapper.
So good. I could tell you this. If I were to write a recent freestyle, it would definitely include the line "Giving Big Mics everywhere a bad name." There's no question that it would include that line.
Dude, and I can't wait for the diss track of Barstool Carl too that you would drop.
Oh my God. We got it. Rob, we left that off. We left that off our list. Kurt Pelon, my guy.
Oh,
Kurt Pelon, my guy. Yo, Kurt Pelon told my man, shut the F up. He told him.
That video, that's a good one. Anyway, the show, it was pretty good. Any show that ends in two roll-offs, two matches is a great show. Because look, like that's excitement when it's close. The games are close. Personally, though, I think Kevin Williams, he got a little bit fiery in on a few shots. I kind of feel like I like to see him on more TV shows because I feel like he'll get more comfortable and you'll start to see his personality come out a little bit more. I feel like Kevin Williams would be really good for PBA because he does have some personality and he does know how to like show his emotions when he strikes, and I like him on the show. I do. He's got a different personality. He's got a persona. I mean, he's a rapper, man. He's like John Cena when he first came into the WWE. But anyway, that being said,
he's got certain swag. I see.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
He does. So, but
I'll say this though, like I mean, it's cool that he raps. It's cool, you know what I mean? Like, I could do without so many of the rap references throughout the show. I mean,
look, the PBA loves that shit, dude. They'll drive it into the hole.
Like, it's cool. Like, mention it, show a little bit of it. But Rob, like, we talk about this all the time. I want to know about those types of things with all the players. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard EJ Tackett and other guys are great golfers. Well, like, show me hitting them. Show me them hitting a drive on the golf course. Like, show me another side of their life, right? So in that way, I'm interested. But yeah, I could do without the just like endless promotion of the rap angle. And like, can I just say, I thought it was hilarious. I tweeted about this when Kimberly Presser was like, "Well, we've had Lil Wayne and Nelly on the PBA show." On the PBA shows before, and then she mentions Kevin Williams in the same sense. I was waiting for Nelly to walk out of the back with a Band-Aid on his face, okay, like this was 2001, and get into a straight rap battle with Kevin Williams to see who's the PBA C-list rapper best to be on a PBA show. So as I said,
just shows you how out of touch they are, man. Like, it just shows you how out of touch they are with today, right? I mean, because I think they brought those rappers up because they were on like the PBA celebrity or Chris Paul events, right? But I mean, yeah, look, like Nelly and Kimberly Pressler didn't do her rap research. You know, maybe she should have reached out to our boy Bill. I bet you Bill could have schooled her a little bit on some rap. But that being said, Kevin Williams I think he's a great personality for the PBA. The PBA actually needs him. Guys like him and Kyle Troop, imagine them bowling each other would be a pretty awesome spectacle, honestly, because of their personality. And I think he's got some charisma too. Now, on the other hand, you got Frankie Lavoie, or is that how you say his last name? I don't want to butcher it. My man is boring, dude. I swear, like, he's like this generation's like Steve Jaros or like Mark Scroggins. The man to me is a great bowler, but as for like entertainment value and personality, he just like doesn't show it on TV. He's just like a robot, man. It's like watching Throwbot at the USBC, headquarters bowl. He just gets up, he just throws a shot. I feel like I'm watching The Walking Dead, without the noise.
Right.
It's a great bowler, man. But personally, I like watching the shows for like personality and charisma and entertainment, not to see Throwbot throw a shot and then come back, and then Throwbot throw another one and come back. And but I get it. Like, look, like a lot of the greatest bowlers are robots. That's how they have to be, because their emotions, they don't show emotion. Not everybody could be Pete Weber, and do what he does and still keep his, mind right on bowling. So I get it, Frankie. It's not a bag on you, dude. It's who you are. And I know you're a funny dude. I've heard you have really good personality, but like, as for TV show personality, it's just not, I'm not excited when Frankie Lavoie is on the show. Let's just put it like that.
Rob, can I ask what the hell happened to the intros?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
Like, I tweeted that out during the show. Like, that was the best thing that like promotion wise that I had seen from the PBA in quite some time. And what do? They get rid of it. And what is in place of it? It's Mike J introducing the player, and you can barely hear him. Like, bring them back.
Was that just a Big Fox thing? Maybe like a major Fox, not an FS1 thing.
I thought some of those shows for the playoffs were on FS1 as well. But listen, let's be clear. The intros were awesome, okay? And they should be a part of every show going forward. Every guy who makes a show should get his own intro, okay? They should play the intros before every match. They should do multiple intros for the guys that they know are likely to make more shows, okay? And the intros are awesome. Why can't them? I was joking with somebody on Twitter. I forget who it was. And they were like, "Oh yeah, they were great." And I was like, they were like, "Of course they would get rid of them if they were great." I was like, "Oh yeah, best thing we've done in years. Let's trash it and put it in the garbage." But bring the intros back, man.
Bring the intros back and get rid of those background that they have with all the lights and shit. I feel like I'm watching a discotheque.
I'll be honest. I like that. I think yeah, I do. I think it's good for the sponsors. I think it's good for the sponsors. I think if used in the right way. Good for
the sponsors. What are they getting?
I think that
what kind of sponsors are they looking for?
If you're sponsoring, hear me out. If you're sponsoring the PBA Tour and you're watching the PBA Tour show, and I'm that sponsor, I want to see my logo, see my company's name, very vividly on that show. And I feel like the new background that they have does accomplish that. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. But, I really would like to see the intros. Like, I would like to see some of these new guys who have made the shows get their own intros. Like, they should have intro. Like, having an intro should be part of the show. And Rob,
Let's
we have a
talk to
guest.
Ben.
We have a guest for the people. We
Let's
have a
talk
guest for
to
the
him, man,
people.
and see what he thinks, man. I feel like
Let's talk to one of these young guys that just made his first show. He's fresh off his first show.
look at this guy, man. Great
Benji-
ball, Benji. Seriously,
Thank you.
awesome,
Hello,
man.
everyone. Thank you
No
for
doubt. Yeah. So to clarify for our people here, we wanted to have you on the show when we had the other two guys. We tried to get everybody who was making their first show, and we reached out to you. It didn't work out, so we were going to have you on last week, but then we decided, you know what? Let's wait until the show already aired, so that you can actually talk about the show rather than bringing you on, and you know the results, but we don't. So yeah, great performance, man. Hell of a performance.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, of course it works better now because we can talk about it. Like once we bowl, they told us that make us sign a thing, so we cannot say anything to the public. So yeah, I think this worked better, and yeah, I mean, thank you for having me here.
Well, I mean, listen, you must feel like you really made it now. Like I know you made the show, but now you're on Sweep the Rack, so like.
Yeah,
I mean, welcome. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the time. We greatly appreciate it. So listen, before we get into talking about the show, because we have some questions for you about that, obviously, and you know we're bowlers here. So we watch the shows in a little bit of a different way, and we want to get a little bit of analysis from your end on what went on out there. But Benji, for our fans here, for the people tuning in. They talked a little bit about your background on the show, but tell us, man, like, what's your background in bowling? How did you get into bowling? How did you end up in the spot that you're in now?
Well, I mean, bowling has been part of my life since I can remember. So my dad used to bowl league and all that, like in Mexico. I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. So yeah, I mean, I fell in love with the sports since a very young age. And I just like it competing. And when I got 10, when I started growing up and I started like competing locally, like I got more engaged, and I was like, I really want to do this. And then after that, I just started competing, and then I went to some national competitions, and I made the youth national team, and I got the opportunity to compete in the Tournament of the Americas, which is like an international tournament where the Team USA plays. And it's where I really like fell in love with the sport. Like when I saw Team USA play and all the good guys, like I was like, wow, this is a whole new level. And I mean, I really love bowling. I watched the PBA and all that, and that was something I really wanted to do. So I started just like getting better, practicing, getting better and better. And I just knew that if I wanted to compete against the best in the world, I need to train with the best in the world. So the opportunity came when to go to college, and Katie Thornton recruited me to go to SCAT, and my opportunity to be in the United States for 4 years when doing my studies, and I went. I took the opportunity and I moved abroad for 4 years. I graduated last year, so but that's pretty much my background. Like I went to study there, and then I mean, as soon as I graduated, I was like, I'm going to try it on tour, and it was my first try, and you know, was really good.
Boom. Yeah. So before you came on and I was talking to Rob, I said, yeah, they mentioned on the show that he went to Savannah College of Art and Design, and Rob, you were kind of you were kind of blown away that
I didn't know that
that's like a bowling school, or you know, any background there, Benji, about the program there, or like how that came about, or
actually I was one of the first recruits. When I arrived, we were only 5 on the team. So basically, the first year there was no bench at all. But it's a really good program. So Katie put up a really good program. She wants to be the best school. Like she wants to be the best among the best. So we have a really training, like a training schedule, and by the 3rd year we won the NAIA National Championship, which is like really impressive for a very young program. So we start getting more recruits. We start like getting noticed by young people, and then of course we got Barry Crowley. So they're mentioning, and I mean a lot of people like got involved into the team. And this last year, my senior year, we weren't able to compete because of the situation, but we were looking really good. Like, I mean, we made the finals in the Hoosier for 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row. So we made the final. So we were looking pretty good. I won the NAIA Player of the Year this last year, and I was an All-American. So it was kind of disappointment not being able to play on the nationals, like the ITC and all that, because of the situation. But I mean, the SCAT is growing and growing really good. We have like so many good guys in the team. I think if you guys think I'm good, I think you really need to watch the other kids because they are really good too.
Yeah, but you know what? You're the only one who's made a PBA show, so
so far, yeah. But
so
I'm pretty
far.
sure they'll be there too.
So,
Mike,
so hold on. I gotta highlight a connection here. So, I think if I heard correctly through the grapevine, that you bowled with a couple guys from New Jersey. Am I right?
Yeah.
The Vitellis. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. When
Of the team, he is the
okay.
yeah, he's one of the 5 guys that we started the program. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you get done this interview, you can hit him up and text him and say, "Yo, I just got done an interview with Sweep the Rack, and one of the guys that interviewed me said that he was the greatest coach of all time
God, here we
in
go.
New Jersey high school history."
I swear.
Which is true. You could ask him; he'll tell you. If he doesn't say that it's true, you tell me, Benji, email me, and I'll take that up with him at a tournament when I see him in the near future. But yeah, I'm familiar with those guys. My high school team that I used to coach competed against them at a time, and I know they were very talented at the high school level in New Jersey. So I'm not surprised to hear that you guys had a strong program down there. If you had them, and obviously with your talent, would you people in the chat relax yourself? Anthony Simonson, relax yourself. All right, I want to talk about my accomplishments as well. All right,
He's like
come
Al
on.
Bundy. Benji, I don't know if you are familiar with Married with Children, but Al Bundy would always talk about his high school football days. That's like Big Mike with his high school coaching days.
All right.
So Benji, real quick, I got a couple questions here, or at least one point here. First off, I was watching the show with my mom, who I live with. If anybody wants to bag on me in the chat room, but she kept saying how handsome you were. My mom thinks you're so handsome. Yeah, she kept saying that Benji. He's such a handsome young man. I hope he wins. So yeah, she was rooting for you. So you have the mom crowd out there, hooting and hollering for you, Benji. So first point. Second question is this. Let's get back to bowling here. The roll off, right? The one ball roll off that you threw your shot. It looked to me like you threw it good, maybe a little bit fast on the speed. I'm not sure. I'm asking you, like, what happened on that shot? And I know you were happy, like, to be on the show. You had a good performance. But, I mean, after you left, right, I mean, that had a sting a little bit, right, that you didn't win that match, because I feel like you could have probably had a good chance of maybe running the ladder, honestly, after that. So I guess your thoughts?
Well, first, thanks to your mom. I really appreciate it.
I love it.
His mom's like 80. Like this 20-year-old kid cares that your mom thinks that he's cute. My God. Go ahead.
And second, like, yeah, I mean, honestly, I moved left because I left a 4-pin before, and I was like, I need to move left. And what happens. But honestly, when I get nervous and like excited, I have the tendency of throwing it really hard. And I also think that I was just so worried about not like messing up with the 25-second clock like they put on TV. I think I got really fast and I didn't took the necessary time that I needed. But I mean, that's where the experience comes into play, and that was definitely lacking that. But yeah, I mean, I moved left and I throw it super hard, so I don't even get a chance the ball to react. So yeah, I mean, I could have done it better, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I want to ask about a different shot in the same match, right? So you go up and you go double 9 in the 10th frame, right? And that fill ball was actually a great shot, and it was a missed messenger. I mean, it was inches away from knocking the 10 out, right? And then that kind of sets it up where Kevin Williams is able to do what he does in the 10th frame and still get the tie, where if you are able to knock that 10 out, it's not a tie. Did you think about that at all?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that messenger that almost fell, I watched it already 100 times already. And I mean, it's the way bowling is. Also, there was a shot before in the match that I literally don't hit it at all. I miss it completely at the bottom, but somehow it hooked and it looked perfectly fine. So I was like, yeah, I mean, sometimes it gives, sometimes you left pins, but.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not going to lie. I had league bowlers and PBA champions alike texting me during these shows, commenting on how easy they were. This is not me. This is people that are texting me. The word walled was used. Okay. The word house shot was used. And listen, I think they're crazy. I got to be honest. I think they're nuts, because you see what happens when a guy misses a little bit right or gets a little bit fast. Like, they go 6, they miss the head pin. So I think that's a little bit wild, but yeah, okay. It's fair to hear that, right? It's definitely fair to hear that. Benji, what to you is the most important lesson you take away from that experience?
I mean, everything. I mean, it was definitely a dream come true for me, like being bowling in television, and it was just a really good experience. But what I really take away is that I really have to learn to take my time during those pressure moments, to breathe better, and of course, maybe being more aggressive with my change. I probably could have changed balls, but I was like, no, I'm almost there, I'm close, but for example, Kevin didn't even thought about it. He was not caring and he didn't try to fix it. He just switched balls, and I mean, it worked for him. So I think I might need to be more aggressive to make those little things like changes and all
that. Did he invite you to be in his next rap video? No.
What? Come on, you gotta get us in there too. Benji, you gotta hook up. I want to get in his rap video. I want to be sitting between you guys with the 40s, some women, just chilling.
I'm gonna be smoking giant cigars in the background, son. Catch me in the background. And we could get Randy and Rob there too. We don't want
Rob. We'll take Randy.
You can hear it on the show, right? So, Benji, my last question for you here is, and you kind of mentioned it, so I think I know what the answer is going to be. This was your first PBA tournament, as you said. You make the show, right? You make this run. Great experience for you, dream come true, etc. How bad do you have the bug to get out there and compete and get another shot?
So, I mean, I want to compete, and I'll be on the World Series of Bowling too, and that's going to be my next opportunity. Of course, I'm going to have to bowl the PTQ and all that, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready every day. I mean, I know it's not going to be like that all the time. I wish, but I'm really going to keep working, and I'm going to keep my plan. I mean, I've been wanting to do this my whole life. And now that I have the opportunity, I'm just gonna take every chance I can.
Okay, awesome, man. Benji, who are your sponsors? Who's supporting you out there? Shout out the people and the companies that are showing you love, man.
Yeah, Hammer Bowling, my sponsor. Katie Thornton also helped me financially in order to bowl in the tournament, and yeah, I mean. My local pro shop that is here in Mexico. They grill all my stuff and they take care of me since forever. And yeah, I mean, I've been throwing Hammer and now Brunswick products forever. So I never been in with another company. So I'm really grateful. I mean, the bowls roll really great. They look really, really good. And I mean, yeah, thank you guys.
All right, Benji, listen, man, we enjoyed watching you. Congratulations on your run again. Yeah, you got a lot of fans around here at Sweep the Rack, us and our people here that follow us. So we'll be watching for you, man. Hopefully hey, listen, remember who the first guys were to reach out to you. You feel me? So, like, when you hit it big and you win that first title, we'll be in touch again. Make sure you come back and join us here, all right?
Of course. Yeah, let's do it. Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it, Benji.
Benji,
Thank you.
Excellent bowling, man.
Thank
All right, Rob. Rob, I love hearing from the young bulls, Rob.
He had a great performance. I mean, first game on TV. I'm just gonna be happy if I ever make it on TV that I throw 10 shots and I actually don't fall.
He shot 279. He shot 279 at him first game out of the box.
I know.
Right?
That's like what are the first game people that are the guys? What are they averaging? They're like 270 right now average for their first game on TV, which is unheard of. I mean, think about all the pressure, but
yeah, it's interesting. Like
a crowd maybe.
And yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Rob. Maybe the atmosphere, the atmosphere of just being able to be more relaxed, just being around the players and just having a more relaxed atmosphere there.
Sure.
I think would definitely help. But, listen, it was a great show. Benji put on a great performance. We were happy to welcome him on here. As I was watching the show on Sunday, I was hyped to have him on because, I just, like I said, I love to have the young guys on. I love to see different people on the shows, Rob. Like, that's one thing I've loved about this Players' Championship so far is just getting to see some faces that we don't normally get to see. And that's not a knock against the regular guys at all. And obviously, we're seeing the cream rise to the top here. Rob, this is shaping up to be a hell of a top five. You got Simo, obviously
Frankie.
One of the best in the world. You got Frankie, 2-time U.S. Open champion. All right. So, I definitely love to see the new faces, though, for sure. Right. So much love to those guys. And again, we thank Benji for coming on and giving us his time. So, Rob, we're gonna keep it moving. Right. And you mentioned earlier in the show that you're bowling. You're bowling this week. Rob's back.
I'm back. I'm like
he's
the Phoenix.
drilling bowling balls. He's putting videos out on our Instagram of him practicing. He's shameless self-promotion everywhere. Okay,
dude. Let me tell you, it feels good to be back. I don't know if this tournament exactly is a good tournament to come back because they look really hard. At least the practice session, they were pretty hard. But I've seen the scores this week. And I would sit here and love to talk about the conditions and what they're doing. But I figured, why not, bring a previous guest on Sweep the Rack.
Friend of the show. Friend of the
show, and also has some experience on TV himself. Probably the GOAT of USBC championship tournament, Mr. Matt McNeill, who has been at the tournament all week, talking to all the players and running the helping Storm lay out stuff. So let's bring on Matt, who's in the sports book drinking. My man, I love it, dude.
So wait a second. We start.
Hold on.
No, wait. Before we start, Rob is only doing this. He gives you your intro. He mentioned you're drilling balls for Storm. Folks, come on. Let's put 1 and 2 together. All right. Rob set this up. Matt's drilling balls for Storm. Matt, let me tell you, don't give him shit for free. All right.
Okay. Rob's on the list. He gets nothing for free. There's 0 comps. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. Nothing. If your name is Irashad, you get 0.
Well, guess what? If I win the tournament with the Storm Ball, guess who ain't getting 0 nada promotion?
Now he turned the tables on me, so now I got to give him something.
There you go. And I'm gonna put it on social media. I'm gonna tell Mike, "Look at me now, Mike. Look at me now."
Shameless.
So TAT update. Everybody is brought to you by the great folks at Anheuser-Busch Budweiser. Great American classic beer, and I highly suggest if you come out here to the South Point Hotel Resort Casino and Bowling Palace, that you stop by the USBC bar and treat yourself to a nice, cold, refreshing alcoholic beverage.
Dude, that's a great intro, because I think after my squad that I bowl maybe Friday afternoon, I'm probably going to need Anheuser, maybe 2 or 3. But you know what? I'm confident. I feel good. I'm going 3 games and out, and I'm going to out meaning to the finals.
Yep.
See you Sunday morning. So
just takes one. It only takes one squad here. You just got to put 3 good games together. I think it's more about the pair that you get on here. I think the condition's very playable. You can go up and at it, or in between just a little bit, or you can go the big left to right. And as long as you repeat and make your spares and put good shots online, I think you're in good shape. You just got to, if you can get on a good pair, I think if you avoid 7-8, 33-34, I think those are your trouble pairs. But avoid those 2 pairs, and I think the rest takes care of itself.
I hope the people bowling the TAT are listening, because this is some gold that Matt is giving out here. Go ahead, Rob.
This too. I'm going to do a little self patting on the back here, because that's what left-handers do. I think I've laid out about 7 balls already for people that have made the finals.
Ooh.
So
let's talk. Let's talk here.
You guys want to hear about it. Everybody listening wants to hear about it. On the IQ Tour Nano, we're doing 2-inch pins, or generally pins below, or even some Rico layouts. That's working very, very well. For the 2-inch pins are working well for the guys who want to go more up it and use a little more speed. Rico and down is guys that want to navigate a little more left to right. It's creating a very, very good motion. Anything in the IQ family is going to be a really good ball for this condition, especially on the burn. I think when you can kind of go a little left to right with anything in the IQ family with a little surface on it, I think you're in pretty good shape. Otherwise, I would ball up and go to like an Axiom, an Idle Solid, something kind of a little bigger, a little smoother, put a little React Shine on it. I think you can go the big slow wheel, kind of put that Proud Mary song in your, big wheel will keep on turning, and you stand left and you just slow wheel it to the right and let it come on in.
So let me ask you, Matt, I in practice session, everyone around me, which by the way, happened to spend about a half hour on 33-4. So as you say that, I was laughing. I was like, no wonder why I didn't strike for a half hour. What are you seeing with urethane? I saw a lot of urethane around me. Is it just early on VIPs, or is it people actually trying to throw that all day?
Yeah, people are trying to throw it all day. The problem is once the ice oil in this pattern stretches, it just jails you. Unless you got a super high rev rate, it makes it really hard to get the ball through the pins the right way. 99% of the bowling world doesn't have enough rev rate, in my personal opinion, to justify using urethane all 3 games. Now, if you're on the fresh, you maybe come out and you use the urethane ball to go up and at them. I can see that, and then you make a zip code left move, and you put a reactive ball in your hands. I think that's a pretty good play. Using it for all 3 games, I just haven't seen it being successful yet. Granted, I believe the guy who won the senior tournament, he was using like a motive tank the whole time. I think that's kind of comparing apples to anvils, because you're out there for more score and you're out there to win the big one. I don't think using urethane all 3 games is going to get you to the big one. That's just my personal opinion, though.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. And I'm just kind of thinking, because I just drilled an RSTX.
Very good ball.
How is that? Is that just too much ball out there, or is?
No, I don't think so. I think once they transition, if you come in on the second squad, I think that's a great ball to stand left and throw to the right. It's a hybrid asymmetrical ball, so it's going to spin up a little closer to you. It's going to allow you to get a little steeper with your angles, which I think is a good thing when you got to go big left to right, especially on a shorter 39-foot pattern like what we're bowling on. So I think that's a very good way to go. Pete Weber came out here in the challenge match last night using RSTX1, stood to the left, floated it to the right, and shot 277. And that was on a pair that had seen 3 games already from 4 different guys. So I think that's a very good strategy to and even a bowler like yourself could manage to find their way into the cut with that one, Rob.
Well, Matt, I was gonna say when Rob hears throw it left to right, you just stand left and throw it right. Yeah, you're talking his language.
Maybe I'll put my left hand on the ball too, and I'll go 2-handed for the 1 p.m. 1:30 p.m. squad.
So let me ask this as an uninformed party here on this event. Since Rob, you're bowling at Matt, obviously you're doing the thing there for Storm. Rob, can you give us a quick rundown of what the format is for this event that you're going to be bowling? How do you get to the winner's circle in this event?
It's pretty easy. It's a 3-game qualifying, and they run squads all week, and you just have to be 1-8 in your division. They have multiple divisions. They have a 189 under, 205 and under, 36 and over, which I'm in. So I'm in the middle age division, senior division. I mean, there's so many divisions these days. I don't even know. Like, there's a division for probably being two-handed lefty. There's just so many divisions. So yeah, it's just pretty easy, simple.
Finalist too.
What's that?
Non-finalist division. Don't forget.
Yeah, if you don't make the cut 2 years in a row, you make the RNF division, which means all the people who haven't made the cut get to bowl in their own division. So there's a division for everything. It's a pretty run. Jamie runs a great tournament. A lot of people all the squads are sold out. I mean, obviously there's COVID restrictions, so you can't fill the house. But it's filled up right now. Now, Matt, has there been a lot of entries, or people most likely think we're going to see a pickup in entries by the end of the weekend here with the weekend warriors come in?
I think he's sold out. All the squads are sold out. I think he had a little over 500 entries, and everything was maxed out. So, Jamie did what he could with the given circumstances. And, he's putting on an event, and my hat's off to him. He's given something for the bowlers. And, in the sport of bowling, in the bowling world, we definitely need a place to compete. So my hat's off to Jamie.
It's been great.
And Matt, what is Storm's role there? I mean, obviously you're there doing the promotion thing, but are they also a sponsor of the event?
Yeah, Storm's a very, very proud sponsor of the TAT tournament. We feel it's a very important part of bowling's history, and especially the growth in competitive sport. And it's a very important thing for amateur bowling, competitive amateur bowling on all different levels. As Rob was talking about, there's so many different divisions and so many opportunities for so many different bowlers of varying skills. So we're very proud to be a sponsor of the tournament, and our role is we run the ballroom. With different entry-level packages. You can come over to the Storm booth, and you can talk to myself and other Storm employees, and we'll help lay you out a ball, and we'll talk about your arsenal. We'll talk about what we're seeing on the lanes. We got really nice, little takeaways, keychains and wristbands and koozies and stuff like that to give away as well. So it's just a really good experience all around. You can come get a couple new Storm balls. Right now we're featuring the Parallax and the IQ Tour Nano Pearl. So people can get those balls from us. I can lay them out. They'll get drilled up on site. I can tell you when to use them. Talk with you about your bag, and we'll get you lined up to the best of our ability, and then it's off to the races. And like you say, we've had a lot of success with tournament bowlers and our customers already. I've had six, 7 people come back and say, the ball you laid me out, I used, and I made the finals my first try. And they're
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what Rob needs.
I'm gonna.
Rob didn't come see me at the booth, so
I
he
didn't
buy a ball with his tournament entry fee. He was playing it on the cheap. He didn't come by the store booth, ask for some of our great expertise that we have in the store booth. So it's really on Rob and not us that he didn't bowl up to his expectations.
Well,
Rob having alligator arms seems to be the theme of this show tonight. Matt, he was complaining earlier about the walk from the parking center to the bowling center, but then I asked him, well, isn't there a paddock or something? And he was like, oh, well, there is, but you got to pay for it, and it's $10 or $15 there. I said, well, then, yeah, don't complain then. I mean, just pay for the paddock.
Matt, $10, that's 3 beers at the South Point Sportsbook Stadium over there.
Right. That's right.
So, Matt, we appreciate your time. I know you're busy out there. I'll take my IQ Nano Pearl comp. I'll take it pinned down at a 2,000 when I see it.
Hey, you know what? I'll have one ready with your name on it just for you tomorrow. We'll take a picture and we'll get it up on social media.
Dude, see that?
Matt, real quick, I want to know: are we going to see you out competing at any point soon, or what?
World Series of Bowling. I just got my registration done on the PBA's website, so I'm gonna dust off these old shoes again and
come out of retirement
competition. Yep.
Nice.
All right, man. All right, we'll be looking for you out there, Matt. We appreciate the time, man. Thank you, and
thank you so much, Matt.
Out there.
I'll see you
All right.
Friday. I'll be there Friday. See
Oh,
ya.
you're such.
All right.
All right, guys. Looking forward to it. Thanks for
Later,
having me
Matt.
on the show. Great
Later.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Bye.
You're terrible, son. You know.
Dude, Matt's a great guy, man. You know, I'm just messing around, dude. You know what the problem is? Drilling a new ball there is actually having to walk it back from the stadium, because then you go in there 8 and then you have to leave with 10, and now you have an extra bag. So now you got to make 2 trips, and then it's a lot of walking, and your shoulders hurt and your fucking back hurts. But anyway, all seriousness, no, great tournament. Glad to see Jamie's running it. Hopefully, I could hit the mystery score since my brother is not going to be around to win it this year. So hopefully I could carry the tradition. Last time I did bowl, I did win the mystery score for $750. So hopefully I can carry that tradition. But looking forward to just compete again, Mike. Honestly, like it's been a while since I actually bowled any kind of really tournament. I think the last tournament I bowled was probably like over a year and a half ago, honestly. So, we'll see what happens, and I'll definitely be reporting back on next Wednesday to let you know how you did. You might see me with the big fat check, Mike. I might not show up Wednesday if I win that check.
That would be dope. Listen, spread the word about Sweep the Rack, man. Like if we can get an announcement or something, maybe at the beginning of squads, or at least walk around, tell people, hey, listen, I do a podcast and be talking about this. That's why I'm saying we need the Sweep the Rack bowling shirts. That's what we need. We need the dope sub dye. Sweep the Rack logo, maybe not the logo, because like having your own picture on your bowling shirt, I don't know about that. Maybe small logo, but like nice design, something with Sweep the Rack on it. And you should be out there repping for us. That's what I care about. You're here trying to get free bowling balls. I'm saying promote the podcast, son.
I could do both. Hey, I'm a good multitasker. I could multitask, get a free ball, and also promote the podcast.
True,
like
and hit the social media this weekend too. Let
I will.
People see what's going on out there.
I will. I'll put my scores up only if I bowl good, though. Like if I don't, kind of like all you people on social media on Facebook. When you bowl great, you're first to post and make these long speeches and thank everyone and their mothers. And I threw this ball and I threw that ball. You bowl shitty, you don't hear from you like Hoffa. You go missing on social media. So anyway.
So Rob, we have 2 PBA shows this weekend.
2 shows, dude. This is double. Mike, can you take that much PBA in one weekend?
Oh shit! Yeah, I could take 7 shows in a weekend. Honestly,
I know you were going to say that.
I would clear my schedule to enjoy that. But no, listen. Show Saturday. Central regions on Saturday at 4:00 Eastern. East Region show is 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday before the Super Bowl. So I'm hyped to see the shows. Obviously they're taped, right? But they've been doing a good job not releasing the results and not making the results known. Obviously we can't bet on them. Can I say something real quick? Like I'm fried that you couldn't bet on these shows, Rob. The next time we can bet on a PBA 5-man step ladder, what kind of odds do you think you would get on a single pin being missed?
2-1 right now. The way people are missing spares on this show.
2-1. Yeah, see, I think it would be way higher. And Rob, we would have had that bet in the last 2 shows, and we would have won that bet. Is the single pin thing like an epidemic at this point?
It's just mental, man. Missing single pin spares is all mental, Mike. Anytime anybody ever.
As a kid growing up watching bowling, I really don't recall a missed single pin being a common occurrence. And I have to say, like, it seems like it's becoming a common occurrence lately. I'm not even going to say recently. I'm going to say lately on PBA shows.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just a lot of money it's a lot going on, Mike. I mean, there's a lot of pressure because, Mike, the more money on the line, the more pressure, the more people are going to get, missed spares. I mean,
like when a great bowler, when I watch bowling and a great bowler missed a single pin, it was like shocking, right? And now I feel like great bowlers miss single pins on shows regularly.
Yeah, because people are more concerned with striking right now than spares. I think. Sean Rash put a post up on social media today. He bowled a low ball. I mean, how many people are doing that that are younger generation? How many younger generation, how many guys under the age of 22, 21 years old? And I didn't say 23 because I know Simonson, I guarantee you, does it. But how many of them actually do low ball these days? I guarantee you nobody even knew what the hell he was talking about on low ball that are under the age of 23. I feel like the striking is just so common these days with the two-handers and just what's going on that people aren't focused on spares when the old school guys like, Rash, Bill, Belmo, these guys, man, they're just spare machines. They make spares, they grind it.
Oh God, like Belmo and Bill, their spare shooting and split making ability is ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. Like
you gotta get
shocking.
Phil coaching the tour guys. What's up, Phil Flacco, man? We gotta get him coaching. Yeah.
It's
crazy,
shocking
man.
to me.
We used to bowl for money for low ball when I was younger. We used to put money on and be like, all right, let's play low ball, like $50. Like try bowling low ball. That's how you get good at spares, really. You get some money up. Get some.
So Rob, the show on Saturday, okay, the Central Region show, you got Zach Weedman, who, guys, listen, we tried to get, we couldn't get him.
Mike, he turned down Mike. Mike was getting pissed that he turned him down.
Zach Weedman, tough get in the bowling world. I don't know. Go figure. So
wait till he wins.
Zach Weedman in the 5th position. Wes Malott in the 4th position. Ronnie Russell in the 3 slot. Andrew Anderson in the 2 slot. And Tom Smallwood in the 1 slot. Listen,
that's a show, bro.
Whoever Zach Weedman is, Purdue stud, whatever, whoever this guy is, if he goes through that lineup of bowlers and wins this event, kudos to him. I'll say that.
Making my prediction.
Go ahead.
I'm taking Andrew Anderson.
All right.
Taking Andrew Anderson. And why? Because he's due, Mike. He's due for it, Mike. And I saw some videos of him throwing the ball the last few weeks. Dude, he looks great right now. I'm just throwing Andrew Anderson out there. I think he's going to win this one. Here's
my analysis of this show, okay? And shout to Lucas Wiseman because he has highlighted this too in his coverage kind of throughout the week. The number 2, number 3, and number 4 spots on this show are filled by really good, talented bowlers who are really hungry to win a title. Okay? Wes Malott, Ronnie Russell, and Andrew Anderson haven't been in the winner's circle in some time. And all three of those guys, I would imagine, are really hungry for a win. And then up top, you got Tom Smallwood, okay? Who
I loved Smallwood. Smallwood's my guy, right?
He's going to be tough.
He's my guy, right?
He's going to be tough. Okay?
He's a grinder, dude.
It's hard for me to pick against him, actually, in that position, right? Of being in that top seed in the one game and knowing that they really haven't.
2 for 2, Mike.
I know, right? And Rob, they haven't been that tough, from general evaluation on the show. Okay, so I listen,
dude. How good does Ronnie Russell throw the ball? By the way, dude, how good does he throw it?
Unique style. I don't know.
So good. Hey, Ronnie, if you're listening, you owe me a beer still, dude. Don't think I don't forget.
I got to be honest. Like he's not somebody that I would pick and say, oh yeah, if I could model my game after him, I would.
Mike, funny story about Ronnie. When I watched Bill win Cheetah, in that famous picture of me in my like ugly shirt cheering for him. Yeah, Ronnie was rooting. Ronnie was rooting for who'd Bill be in the finals? It was Low Shutter maybe. On that finals. Anyway, I bet Ronnie a beer that Bill was going to win on the show during commercial break. Yo, I'm still waiting for payment, Mike. I'm still waiting for that beer. And then I'm going to take a picture and send it to Bill and be like, yo, my man, thanks for the free beer, bro.
Yeah, anyway. Years later. So the show on Sunday, Rob, the East Region show, as we have been referring to in our private conversations, are we gonna make the alternative name public? Yeah,
it's Asterix. It's the Asterix tournament. I'm not even calling that the East Region. It's the Asterix region because anybody who comes out of that region is gonna have an asterisk next to his name. And if that Asterix wins the tournament and wins the players, is gonna have an asterisk. Because Bill should be bowling in the first match. And we all know when Bill gets hot on TV, dude, he's pretty tough to beat. So him in the 5th seed is scary.
All right, so you got Tim Foy taking Bill's place in the fifth seed, right? Chris Vi in the 4, Michael Davidson in the 3, who we had on a couple weeks ago, Brandon Novak in the 2 seed, and Kyle Troop in the 1 seed. Again, Rob, how do you not like Kyle Troop in this position?
I like Brandon Novak. That was my horse from the get-go, man.
If he gets striking, he's tough to beat.
And if they're, you know what, Brandon, I don't know Brandon personally, but I know his game, and I know, like, I've watched him a lot. I know when the scores are a little bit higher and the shot's a little bit playable, dude, my man could strike. He strikes for a year, dude. I don't know.
So you see in that show, you see Brandon Novak and Kyle Troop in the final then.
That'd be an awesome final. That'd be interesting, I think.
Okay.
And Novak's got you don't want to talk about an interesting style. Dude, his style is unique, man. He's got a unique style, but the guy could strike for a while. So I'm more excited about the Asterix region than I am for the the other region, because there's some new faces, right? On that show. Tim Foy, right? Never really. I think he's a.
I'm familiar with him. East Coast guy. Yeah, two-hander, revs it up. Solid. Michael Davidson. We'll get
Davidson,
to see.
We've never seen. Right, never seen him.
People aren't too familiar with Brandon Novak either, so I would throw him in there.
And then you got Kyle Troop, who's a charisma and Mr. Personality, so he brings some fire to the show, and he wants to. He wants to win because
Rob,
Kyle doesn't have a major.
Can I
right?
say something? Can I say? I was going to bring this up. I feel like this is a huge spot for Kyle Troop.
Yeah, because
because
he doesn't have a major.
He's there. He's like on the verge of being one of those guys, like a Bill, a Belmo, a Simo, and EJ Tackett. That you're never surprised to see him there at the top of the standings, right? But as I've said in the past, Rob, and I'm not, it's hard because I'm a fan of these guys, but at the same time, we're in a position to analyze what's going on out there, right? So I say this from the position of analyzing, not so much as a fan, but we've seen instances where Kyle Troop has been in positions where, things come down to a series of shots. Big opportunities come down to a series of shots, and he struggled in some of those instances. So what I'm looking for on this show, Rob, is I'm looking for Kyle Troop to come out and really buckle down and throw 10 of the best frames that he's thrown in his life, and just like Simo did, okay, and lock up this opportunity to bowl for this $250,000. And let's be honest, they're going to seed the final show with a 3-game series, okay? And then it's going to be 1 through 5 based on that 3-game series.
That's going to be on Flow
Bowling. So, like, if you get in, I mean,
you could be 1 seed.
Yeah,
think about it.
Your chances. You have a good 3 games.
Dude, you just get in. You just got to win, man. You get in for a 3-game, and you have a 3-game set. You could lead a major.
Yeah, and it's weird. I know it's weird. Like, we're talking about this now. We don't, most of us don't know the results. And I'm sure there's bowlers out there that know all the results and are like, they're talking about this.
They kept that on the wraps. Listen, to the PBA for that.
You heard Benji say they had them sign non-disclosure agreements. So, that's
great.
Yeah, I think it's great too. I do. I think that, I'm not saying that it's going to totally prevent people from talking about it, but I think it at least gives the message that, hey, we're serious about this, and it's something that we want you to get on board with us on. And I can get on board with that too. I enjoy the shows much more, and I enjoy doing this show much more when we don't know the results of the shows and we can do some previews and stuff for them than when we do. So that's what I'm watching for from Kyle Troop.
Something real quick though. Finally, I think somebody listened to someone on this show where we could actually watch the live 3-game seeding round on Flow Bowling, and they didn't just tape it and then show it a week later on TV. I like the fact that
just
you watch
not
it on Flow. Dude, Flow needs stuff like that for people to want to subscribe, because to me that's
that is the biggest
content.
3-game. That is the biggest 3-game match. Okay, I know it's 5 guys involved. Rob, it's the biggest 3-game match in PBA history.
250,000. What is second place?
If you win that 3 games, you're guaranteed a shot at the biggest prize in PBA history.
Yeah, but think about the money, though. The money difference from 5th to 2nd is what?
That's what I'm saying. It's
there's a lot of money involved.
Tens of thousands of dollars. So, Listen, interesting. All right, so those are our previews for the show, right? I'm looking forward to watching. I'm going to have a whole menu on Sunday because it's Super Bowl Sunday. Rob, I text you. I text you last Sunday. I may or may not have been somewhat intoxicated when I text you, but I told you that I feel like I need to start doing content that involves food around some of these bowling shows, right? Like people don't understand that. Like I have a spread for these bowling shows, okay? It's like Italian deli spread or barbecue spread or home cook spread, whatever it may be. So you may see that content from me.
Okay, I'm sure people are looking for it.
Like I told Rob, I need to start doing dishes named after some of the players on the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I can think of some funny ones.
Like this week, it would be like some Ronnie Russell ribs, right? And some West Malott mac and cheese, okay, something like that, right? So you might
Jesus,
I get so out there. I get so out. You people have no idea the text I send to some of these people. I am. I get off my rocker sometimes.
You can make an Asian dish inspired by Tim Foy. Jr.
Yeah, right. This is true.
I'm not saying I don't know if he's Asian, but his last name sounds Foy. I mean,
no, I don't think he is. No, he probably would have been better off with Tang there, but nonetheless. Rob, you know what time it is, Rob. It's time for everybody's favorite skit. And yes. Rob, hit the people.
You ready to do it?
Upgrading around here. All right, Rob, it's worst of the week.
It's worst of the week.
Go ahead. You go first.
So, a big shout outs, congratulations to Mr. Donovan Scalco from the USBC message boards. You have won worst of the week. It's like the highlight of probably his whole week, his whole month. And if you know him, give him a shout out. Let him know, hey, congrats. Give him a pat on the back because you are the worst of the week. So I don't know what this guy was thinking, but he makes this random post out of nowhere that the PBA.
You're making people in the chat thrilled right now, Rob. You're making them thrilled.
PBA bowlers, I could see switching brands in 2021 PBA tour, and he names his list of random PBA pros that aren't just pretty much he threw shit at a wall, picked a bunch of pros that are randoms, and then started predicting that they were going to go to other bowling ball companies. Dude, the comments just are completely what's wrong with this guy?
I was going to say that's not even the worst thing about that post. The worst thing about that post is the fact that you get people coming in the comments and tagging people who are mentioned in the post.
Yeah, like Dino. If anybody knows Dino, Dino has been Ebonite since I've known him, probably when he was in the high roller days, back when he was 20. And you want to telling me that Dino is all of a sudden going to go to Roto Grip because this kid has a feeling that he's now, if he does by chance move to Roto Grip, I'm going to go back and apologize and have to give this kid back. But I like to, at the end of the year, revisit this post and see how many actually came into fruition of how many actually moved companies.
Yeah, it'll
zero,
Mike. Zero. Probably zero.
Congrats to Donovan Scalco on worst of the week.
Somebody go on that post and let him know he won worst of the week. All right?
Yeah, congratulate him, and then tag our post. Tell me he won. He could listen to how bad. What the hell is kids thinking? I have no idea.
All right, Rob, my worst of the week. Are you ready for the triumphant return?
Oh, Tim Buck, please.
Are you ready for the triumphant return?
Yes.
Okay. Of Tim Buck to worst of the week. All right. Yes. I actually couldn't help myself with this one. I had to put it out on Twitter earlier in the week when I saw it because I had to claim it. I saw this and I was like, oh, that's it. I got to claim it. Yes.
We need Buck.
And Robert, the people will get what they want. This is Sweep the Rack, the people's podcast, and the people will get what they want. So, worst of the week, Tim Buck. Okay, here's the post. Here's the post. Admin, It seems over the last 48 hours, a reminder to review and follow the rules of the group. No PM admin. All caps. Okay. So clearly, Tim Buck doesn't like it when you private message. Now, guys, we're not saying flood the website with private messages.
But we might be saying that.
I'm not saying that, okay? I'm not telling fans to sweep the rack. I'm not saying if you're watching this right now, hit pause and go send a private message to the admins on the USBC.
You should do it. Go do it.
But you know, so like he obviously he doesn't like the private message. But here was the best part, Rob.
Hall of Famer, though. The GOAT.
I thought that this is possibly connected to us because it's possible that the reason that someone's sending him a private message is to say, hey, you are, like Robert is saying, you are a worst of the week Hall of Famer. And you need to come on Sweep the Rack. They want to recognize you properly for your accomplishments here. So, Tim Buck, it's the content that keeps on giving. It's the content that keeps on giving.
That's everybody. Worst. I love that.
All right, Rob, we got to wrap it up. We went into overtime yet again tonight. Rob, let's just future plans. Let's talk a little bit with the people about future plans, right?
Sure.
We're doing a live watch for the.
We are. It'll be. I mean, we could have two people watching with us, but it'll be fun. Me and Mike just talking.
I think it's going to be rather early in the morning for you as well.
Yeah, 9 a.m. I'm going to have some breakfast.
Okay. All right. I will have a spread for that event as well. So people are probably going to have to watch me stuff my face as we sit and watch the event. We're going to do a live watch for that event just to give people a heads up.
We got to talk Super Bowl.
Super Bowl predictions? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Real quick.
Chiefs heavy.
Chiefs by far.
Heavy. Chiefs heavy. I mean, no disrespect to the GOAT. No disrespect to the GOAT.
Dude,
but the Chiefs are just an unstoppable machine. The Chiefs are an unstoppable machine, in my opinion.
To bet against them right now.
So Super Bowl pick is pretty easy.
Chiefs in the over.
Okay.
Put it in the bank.
So Rob, we're going to do the live watch, right? We'll give people a heads up about that. We're going to start promoting that,
yes.
And we're trying to get some things in the works, right? We don't want to say too much yet. Perhaps in tandem with that live event, perhaps not, but some sort of preview show for the major show for $250,000. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I think we have enough time. Yeah, I mean, we'll do what we can to see if we could, get on whoever we can get on for the live watch too.
Well, if Zach Weedman wins this weekend and makes the show, I can tell you we ain't getting him. We ain't getting him.
Yeah, but maybe now I'm gonna start maybe reaching out to some of my contacts, and maybe we can get a couple of guest, pros or guest people from the bowling industry to come on and actually watch with us for a match.
True,
kind of like a guest announcer or something.
Yeah, or even for the preview show as well, right? I think
preview show.
A good idea.
Which right now we're planning to do just a half hour before the show starts, so it would probably be 8:30 a.m. my time, which is fine. Nice little maybe breakfast burrito or something. Anyway, in the works. But I'll definitely start promoting it through social media, and then definitely we'll try to put something together. And it look like it's just something different for us to try. Something us, for actually people to get to watch, and maybe you're tired of hearing, Rob Stone and talk about ham bones. And
let me tell you something. Watching me watch a PBA show and commentate while you can watch the same show, I gotta say that's worth the price of admission. And admission's free, but even if it wasn't, it would still be worth the price of admission. So Rob, let's wrap it up. My final thought this week is Kurt Pelon. Kurt Pelon, you are my guy. Okay.
That was hilarious.
Bill O'Neill's always one, but Kurt Pelon, you are 1A. Anytime you want to come on Sweep the Rack, you're more than welcome. And Rob, let me say, would you or I ever make a mistake like that, an interruption like that? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. Because at Sweep the Rack, yes, we like to have fun, but we know our bowling as well. Rob, final thoughts for the week?
No, just excited to start bowling again.
Good luck, man. Good luck. Good
Thanks.
luck. I hope you win that shit. Put us on the
Yeah,
map.
thanks.
Dog.
I just want to have a good showing. Feel good. Practiced a lot, so just a matter of getting out there and seeing what I normally would see and make the shots. But
And if you don't bowl good, just blame Matt McNeill. Right?
I will. Yeah, unless he does have a bowl ready for me when I see him, then I'll definitely thank him.
You definitely weaseled your way into a free ball tonight.
That
definitely happened on our show.
No. We'll see. Yeah,
okay.
We'll see. Yeah,
folks.
I hit that mystery game. That would be incredible, but doubt it. All right, guys, take care. Have a good rest of our week, and then we'll catch up next Wednesday. And bowling on Saturday, Sunday. Some 2 big shows.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at the 215 at Brooklyn Rob. Hit 11, us. Follow us on Twitter for the shows
and social media. Sweep the rack, all platforms. All right, guys.
Peace,
take
people.
care.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn